set up an area in Syria that's safe for them to go to, so that people from around the world who want to help them, who realize their plight, can send aid, send clothing, send anything, foods, anything, to help them, because we want to help people. I mean, it's kind of who we are. But I think it's risky to say, no, just come to the United States, because there's no way to truly vet them in terms of what their identity is and what their intentions are. And the threat from ISIS is real. And I think
Charles Rischel, Sidney Montgomery of Messages in the Office. Charles Rischel, Sidney Montgomery, please come to the office.
Charles and Sidney, if you're here. So that's you can't tell what their identity, who they really are, what their intent is, and I think ISIS is going to try to exploit the opportunity to try to put into that 10,000, and even if just a few, are ISIS inclined, you think about what 8 terrorists did in Paris. So I think we have to be very cautious. Now that said, we have people in the United States already that I think it's a risky situation, because some of them have actually been to Syria and back. We see that in Europe as well. There are threats to the homeland here, but there are threats around the world for these people. And so much of this is a religious jihad, if you will. These people are radical Islamic terrorists, and they're against our entire way of life. So it's a matter of how do you help people that really legitimately need help and are afraid for their lives, without risking the security of the United States. That's why I want to push the pause button on the refugees. But I think there are a lot of people from America who would love to help in ways, as long as you could set up an area in Syria like a no-fly zone, which we could protect so they could get there, and then you could provide humanitarian aid to them. I know we gotta go. Anyway, another last question? Yeah.
So the president has stated that ISIS is under control and contained.
Yeah, he's wrong.
Do you think he's doing enough to combat ISIS, and what could he do to...
Yeah, the question is he doing enough to combat ISIS? To give you one example why he's not, remember he said they were a JV team. I was on television Wednesday mornings, Friday. I was on Fox. You can go to my website. I was on Fox Business, and they asked me that. And I said, the president is living in a cocoon of self-delusion. I think the guy, because he doesn't want to see how bad it really is. He doesn't want to admit that he was wrong when he said they were a JV team. He doesn't want to admit how strong they are now. But that's why people don't really trust him on the issue of national security, because he's not even listening to his military advisors. He said a year ago, so we're going to degrade and we're going to do everything we can. ISIS is very well funded, and they're funded with oil money that they sell to other people in that part of the world. And just in the last month, since the Paris attacks, did he really step up the bombing of the oil transports? Because it takes a lot of money to do what they're doing, and they're making over $1 million a day on oil. So the president did nothing effectively to go after that. So that's kind of the proof that for the first year, where he said he was going to degrade and then destroy, he's going very slowly. That's the proof of it. But he ran for office, and he said, I'm going to get all our troops home, and we're going to get them out of Iraq and get them out of Afghanistan. I was in Afghanistan for Thanksgiving. We have the Wyoming Army National Guard is in Afghanistan now. They're part of what's called the 2-300s. If any of you are interested in going to the military academies, we can help with that. So we can get them through my website, or I can talk to them. We try to help students from Wyoming get into the military academies who are interested in it. But we have these soldiers in Afghanistan, northern Afghanistan, north of Kabul at Bagram Air Force Base right now. And these are part of the 2-300th. And the connection to Worland is, these guys are called the Cowboy Cannoneers. And a whole group from Worland, and as well as from Hot Springs County, went to Korea as part of the Cowboy Cannoneers shooting cannons at North Korea. And this is the same, the grandchildren of them, and they're in Afghanistan now. Much bigger cannons, much bigger power. They shoot these things with GPS, I think about 140 miles. They can take out targets 140 miles away. Very effective. So we have, and what I learned when I was in Afghanistan is that ISIS has spread they're no longer just in Iraq and Syria. They have kind of like a cancer metastasized, and they have big organization now in Afghanistan. And the King of Jordan on Tuesday had this world map of where they know that ISIS has spread, and they're continuing to do that. So the threat is real, and that's why I think we have to be forever vigilant, and which why I'm so grateful went to have Thanksgiving in Afghanistan to thank our soldiers for being a long way from home. So that continues. I know, yeah.
We do have a token of our appreciation to you and your aid. If those kids would like to present those to you before you go.
Oh, good. Well, warrior boy.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
This is the better part. This is the good part. Honors U.S. history.
Thank you so much for coming. What
Everybody got a
a
quick class
pleasure.
picture? You want everybody up?
Yeah,
How do you want to do that? Let's get everybody, how do you want to do it? If you want, we'll take a picture. We'll send the copy.
Wyrick, this might be your exit.
It's gonna work. See you guys. All people in the back, all people in the front. Everybody get in, who can get in.
Do you want to get a picture? All right, everybody, right here on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, thank you very much.
Let the senator and his people go out, so, because they got a place to go, and I want you to sit down, because I want to visit with you for just a second. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
See some of you in Washington in March. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, kids, listen. Very, very proud. You did a very nice job today. And again, really a nice honor to have a senator here, to have some really good questions for him. And it's just a good thing. Not a lot of kids in the state of Wyoming are visiting with the United States Senator today, I can assure you. So go and talk to your folks about this. It's a great thing. This is one of the perks of being in a class like this, an honors class. And you've certainly earned the right to be in here, and you certainly earned the right to have some benefits like this. So anyway, head to your third period class if you would, and just let them know you're with me. If anybody would be kind enough to grab the chairs. He told me that.
Where's the guidance office?
I was like, maybe like, let Ali ask it. And I was like, that's too much work. He's gonna know the Mr. They told me to ask that, you know. So I just.
Like how you look down at the C, and I was like, C, the state of education, and
Don't forget your pen, Will.
by the way, what's that?
Sadrian was last night, so I was like,
Well, how about if I take that chair and you take this desk?
It's super heavy. Super heavy.
And I think you'll be good.
So heavy.
Nice job, kids.
So good. Private.
No, that one stays. That's the Levi's. At least they're doing a chair. So good to go. Nice job, Emmy. Nice job. Nice way to be all over today. Listening.